Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things movies, TV shows, and Hollywood. Okay, so today I just want to talk about Moana, the whole Moana movie franchise in general, because I feel like since we're less than a month away from the live action now, I just want to understand where we're going because I feel like we're losing the plot. And I feel like we started losing the plot with the sequel because and now we're doing a live action that I'm really confused as to who asked for this live action. It's only been 10 years since the original came out. We're already doing a live action. I was just like this is me with most of the Disney live actions. I don't really understand what was the reason. So I actually saw Moana 2 in theaters when it dropped in 2024. And I remember being excited because I was like, let's see where the story is gonna go. Because Moana, the first one, was extreme. Like, I'm sure I don't need to tell you that movie was good. It was good. I liked it when I was a kid, and I can still rewatch it today, and I still love it. That's how good it was. But for the sequel, I was like, okay, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna step it up? Because when it comes to Disney sequels, you always have to move with caution. You have to lower your expectations to some extent because Disney always be playing around with every single sequel. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think I could name you one Disney sequel off the top of my head that I actually liked. I really couldn't. Maybe Descendants 2, small bit, yeah. Yeah, maybe that because they always want to play games in the sequels. So going into this I was like I'm excited but also at the same time I know what to expect. You have to expect the unexpected with these ones. So I go in, it's nice, but I got to the end of it and I felt like I had sat there and done nothing for all those hours. And the thing is, I was just like, because it started. They came with this big thing of oh the stakes are high. She might actually die this time. They came in making it seem like this was something serious. And then they played throughout the whole thing. I think what got me was the fake outs because at the end of it, they now faked her death. And I say fake because we all knew they were not killing no Moana. They were not gonna kill her. I don't think I could even name you a single Disney movie where they killed the main character, like the title character. I don't think I've seen that happen. Maybe I'm blanking, but I can't even remember watching one where they did that. So I don't know why they tried to convince us that they were actually gonna kill her off. Especially since her death lasted must have been 2 minutes. Then they brought her back. Same thing with Maui losing his demigod powers. He they were literally gone. He went, he saved Moana, and they came back in the same 2 minutes. I was like, what was the reason? Because we didn't even have time to sit and process the fact that Maui had lost his powers, and then he had them back. So I was like, what was the point then? It's like it's like they want to do the big storylines and make it serious, but they don't want to commit to it. That's my like commit to it then. Otherwise, you're doing nothing. Or just pack the whole storyline in because I feel like those two things were not even useful. And it's the fact that they were reversed instantly for me. Really? They couldn't even give it a few 15 minutes or something or nothing. No, no, immediately is crazy as well. So yeah, that was my like the sequel. I felt like first of all, I rewatched it recently. I was cackling. That movie was funny. They came with all the jokes. I will admit that. If nothing else was good about the film, it was funny. And the graphics were really good, but it was really funny. And I feel like to some extent they put so many jokes in that they forgot they actually had to write a plot. It's given that because it felt like we just didn't have any direction because the plot was just very unserious and it was masquerading as serious, and that's what got me. I was like, y'all really came and played in our faces, talking about Maui's not gonna be a demigod anymore, talking about Moana's gonna be taken out of the game. You played, you did. So I'm just like, what was the reason I now came here? I bought the ticket, I drove here, I think I got an Uber there, and Ubers be costing crazy amounts. I now bought the popcorn, I bought the drink, and I sat in the theater and I gained nothing from this experience. I I didn't love that. I didn't love that, and I just feel like, but at the same time, that might be on me because I knew this was a Disney sequel, and maybe I was expecting too much. Maybe I played myself, but yeah, it just didn't make sense. So I was just like, I know that, yeah, like Disney, I don't understand why they're so desperate for money because they're acting like they're going broke. Disney, y'all are acting like brokies. The way you're printing out these sequels, and then now we were getting a live action, and then now we're gonna. I just would like to know. Please show yourself if you are the person that went and asked for this live action, because I know it wasn't me. I know it wasn't because I don't even really mess with these Disney live actions for real. They do too many of them. They don't add anything to the story. It's just, and I've seen the trailer. It's giving shot for shot. It's I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna even add anything to the story. Which I'm like, you might as well have just not done it. I feel like the original was already good enough. But we'll see. We'll see how it even turns out because I just felt like, what was the reason? And then in the trailer, another thing, and this is probably me just being petty, but I was not even messing with the wigs. I would like I said, Disney, you're acting broke. You're acting like brokies. What are the wigs? And maybe it's that I'm not used to seeing The Rock in a wig, but the wigs were taking me out of the experience. I was like, bruh, really? Disney, I don't have the budget that you have. Even I have a better wig than that. Even I have a better lace front than that. And it's one of those things that it has continuously puzzled me about these Disney films because they did the same thing in Descendants 4. Y'all did the same thing in the Descendants movies where I'm like, first of all, I don't know who asked for Descendants 4 either. I would just like to say, but I was looking at I couldn't even get through the film, but I just looked at the wigs and I said, are you serious? Are you actually serious? This is the same company that produced Hannah Montana and gave her that fabulous wig. This the same one. This the same one. Disney, you're actually a whole conglomerate. Really? But anyway, that's just me. That's my one thing. So I'm just gonna wait and see how it turns out. But I don't really put my faith in these Disney live actions. I really don't. I think the only live action I've really messed with is the Cinderella one. Other than that, I try to, keep my expectations really here. The bar is so low. And then another thing is, I thought Disney was gonna maybe take a break from making the live actions after the way the Snow White remake flopped, because that was a generational flop. Like I thought we were gonna, take a second, regroup, and then maybe, reflect, re-strategize, and then come back. But apparently not. Apparently that wasn't a big enough scare. So they're still making these. Um, is what it is. We're gonna see what it is. But I would just like, my main thing is, where are we going with this franchise? Because it's not even making sense anymore. And obviously they set up Moana 2 ending like there's gonna be a Moana 3. So I'm just hoping it starts to make sense because it was giving rushed. It was giving we just wanted to pump something out. And it just didn't really make sense to me. So I just hope we have more of a storyline because I feel like the first Moana was so good. So if we're gonna compete with that, then maybe come and compete for real. So those are just my thoughts on the current state of Moana. And I really hope it improves because I actually am not moving in bad faith out here, except with the live action. I'm sorry, I don't. Disney live actions in general, but I'm not moving in bad faith with Moana as long as we can get a good storyline. I just feel as though there was no need, especially with it's literally 10 years in the game. It's 10 years in the game. There was no need to rush this. Yeah. I just feel like we're not just making things for the sake of making them, not really because it makes sense to make them. and I don't like that. But that's pretty much all I had to say. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.